Cozy 101.1, it is Jenny and Friends with Steve Marshall. And 3 things you need to know before you go.
The one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball.
Oh, man, I'm so excited this time of year. And the thing is I don't even go for the baseball.
It's just the experience.
It's just the experience.
Yeah,
like
totally.
You go to the ballpark and Coors Field celebrating their 30th anniversary. They get a new menu, 12 new walk-through brew locations inside the ballpark. That thing.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, there we go. You mean what I know. But here's some of the new food things. The Wazee Burger. Toasted potato bun, half-pound beef patty, sliced cheddar cheese, bacon, boom boom sauce, which I don't know what that is, but it looks good, lettuce and tomato.
Yum.
Yes. Another thing they're adding is wild fries with a dipping sauce.
Wild fries?
Yeah, they're thinly cut potato fries tossed with seasoned salt, and they have like the special dipping sauce.
Ooh.
And dessert nachos.
Oh.
Fried flour tortillas tossed in cinnamon sugar, fresh berries topped with powdered sugar, caramel drizzle served with a side of whipped cream.
Why do we do this to ourselves? Every morning we talk about food. We both sit here and drool.
That's awesome, though, because we do talk about it, and it's like, my stomach's growling a little bit. Sorry about that if you hear it. But like, we do talk about food, but by the time we leave, we're like, I'm already past the hungry part. Like, so luckily, we can't access these items.
You push through it,
during the morning. But one of the coolest things I think about this is they're doing a throwback concessions combo. So it's a super dog and a medium fountain drink for just $5.
Love that. That's fun. Woo-hoo. That's cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, because we po. I love that.
Well, it's just, hey, when you go anywhere now, movies or ball games, wherever, it's just expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Really expensive.
And it's, I remember I took the girls to their first game last year. And we're there with my friend Jen, and we're walking around everywhere trying to find peanuts. There was no peanut. You couldn't find peanuts at all in the stadium.
Huh.
I was like, that's something we got to do. So the lady next to us was so nice because my kids are like adorable. And they're like, how are your peanuts?
Give her the puppy dog
eyes. Give her like the Sarah McLachlan eyes where it's like, oh, you have peanuts? Oh, those look so good. She's like, would you like some? Maddie's like, sure. I mean, if you don't mind. I'm like,
my goodness. They totally worked her.
Oh, they do. Oh my gosh. They have a gift. I'm telling you. Mr. Wednesday, it's the same thing. It's like, can we stop by Starbucks? I want boba. I mean, you don't have to, but like we could if you wanted to. Like they're just... Kids these days are smart, man. They watch those TikTok
Savvy.
videos on YouTube. Yeah. But she knows with me, I'm like, don't use that face.
Yeah, don't even try.
I made that face. I'm immune to it. Right. So they use it on everybody else. So be careful if you ever see my kids. Believe me, I feed them. They're fine.
They're fine.
They don't need you. They don't need you. That's a lie. Those are lies. All right. Another thing you need to know before you go. Why is this happening? I don't know. But the Economic Times says egg smuggling is on the rise due to high grocery prices.
Well, it's funny because now we're getting stories about that. And I was just reading how egg prices have come down from a high of, $5.80 or something down to like $3.40 now or something like that. The average.
Yeah,
okay. Depending on where you're going.
Yeah. Well, and smugglers are attempting to bring them in from Mexico and Canada. So there's this black market for eggs. And we talked about this.
Dude, I got those Canadian eggs, man. You want them?
Hey, you got any free range? I need some free range right now.
You got any Mexican free range eggs?
Right?
That's my jam. Come on.
Oh, yeah, come on. Oh, my goodness. Cage free? Oh, yeah.
Give me some alley, some sketchy panel van you're buying eggs out of.
I mean, some grocery stores are still charging like $10 for a dozen of eggs, but and like in Mexico, they're $2 a dozen.
Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that.
I mean, I kind of get it, but it's $300 fine, so definitely not worth it.
No.
But they did catch like 4,000 smuggling attempts for eggs. Gosh. Could you imagine, like, you go to prison and you're in there, and all of a sudden your cellmate's like this big, scary-looking guy. It's like, what are you in for? Smuggling eggs. And they're like, you're not on the top of the food chain in that prison. I'm just letting you know.
Well, you might want to just stop at smuggling and not say what you were smuggling.
Good one. Yeah. Yo, I was smuggling. What are you looking at? Mm-hmm. Do you want any of these eggs? I smuggled them into the prison too.
Oh, you running guns, drugs, eggs.
Something even more exotic.
That's right.
Okay. Don't do it, kids. Don't. Yeah. Finally, another thing you need to know before you go. Can you fool a self-driving car? And this video is up right now at KOSI101.com, posted yesterday, but it's awesome. So this guy basically draws there's a road, and he draws the road as it would be like in a Looney Tune commercial up a wall.
Yeah.
And then is like, can the Tesla realize that it's not?
Right.
a real.
Does it know that the road isn't still going and it's fake?
Yeah.
Or is it still going?
But it reminds me of Looney Tunes.
Yes, totally.
Like the Roadrunner and everything. It's like, could have put a big Acme sign on it and it would have been fine. But here's like some of the results of this. Maybe. There we go.
The question was if the Tesla would detect it in time to step on the brakes. And it turned out, we can definitively say for the first time in the history of the world, Tesla's optical camera system would absolutely smash through a fake wall without even a slight tap on the brakes.
I tell you, it's me.
It didn't even begin to slow down.
No,
it just
didn't even at
plowed
all.
right through it.
I mean, I will say it does look like a convincing wall,
It does.
but yeah. Thank God it wasn't a real like brick wall. At first I thought it was a brick wall or something like that,
Right,
but luckily
right.
it was like foam or something.
But that's what scares me about the whole self-driving vehicles, whatever brand they are.
Yeah.
Is it's there's so many things that go on while you're driving.
yeah.
Is it able to react and pick up on the subtle cues quick enough?
I remember I had
don't
a
know,
friend
makes me
that I had a
nervous.
friend that had one, and we were headed home from the comedy club, and I just remember like he's like, "Oh, look what this can do." I'm like, "Okay."
It's cool.
It is super cool, but it was like I felt like first of all, I don't like other people driving anyway. I'm like I want control of the
That's
car.
kind of how I am too.
Because
Yeah.
I've like had been in accidents before. I'm like
Yeah.
whatever else. You should have seen me driving with Mr. Wednesday the other day. I was like, "Oh, this is a corner. You need to stop." I'm like, yeah, I had to just look down and read something on my phone because I couldn't. I couldn't. But like, I mean, and that's always been my thing. So if you're sitting there and the car's doing it for you, who's to say a sensor isn't off or something very tiny and then you get in an accident and you're still liable for it?
Right. And then what's the next step? I mean, self-driving cars, which probably is more dangerous than I'll say a self-driving plane, but that was my point was, would you get on a plane that doesn't have a pilot and it's just basically an AI self-driving plane?
Absolutely not.
Right?
I've seen that movie.
Right?
Wasn't it Airplane? They all got sick because they all had to fish, and it was like they had to pull somebody up. Don't call me
Can anybody
Shirley.
fly the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know there's going to be some kid who's like, that's all right, I got like plenty of hours logged on,
Right.
you know.
I
my
got
gaming
PS5
system.
simulator.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah. Although I'd probably trust them more than my nephews can be pretty ruthless when they're playing those video games.